In this video, we're going to show you a brief overview of how the image editor program is laid out. We're also going to run through a quick project to show you the capabilities of the software. Okay, up here at the top we have our drop-down menus: File, Edit, View, Draw, and so on. In most cases, you'll find most of these tools are located somewhere on the interface. The commonly used ones you'll use from the interface and not from the drop-down menus here at the top. Okay, the next toolbar we have here is our standard toolbar: New, Open, Save, Cut, Copy, Paste, Undo, that type of thing. We also have our zoom tools here, which a very useful one is this Zoom Fit. If you click on that, what that will do is it will maximize your picture to the full size of this gray area in here. Okay. Also keep in mind that if you're trying to zoom in, you can use the zoom tools up here to zoom in and out with. But if you have a scroll wheel on your mouse, if you click on the picture and just scroll back like that, it zooms out, and if you scroll in, it zooms in like so. Okay, so that's a very easy way to navigate around your picture. Okay, we also have some draw tools up here. Most useful one here is the draw text tool. Okay, we have our lighting tools, starting with the light bulb. This allows us to do holiday lighting through the lighting toolbar. A couple of very useful tools over here would be the rectangle area tool and the scissor tool. We use these whenever we do cloning, which is removing unwanted materials from the background. Okay, we also have our font toolbar here, along with our brush size. And these are our alignment tools. So if we want to move to front, move to back, we would use these grayed out tools here. Now with the program, whenever you see something that's grayed out like this, that means it's not quite available, because on this one I can't move to front, move to back, because I don't have anything on this project. I have to have at least 2 plants on here for that move to front, move to back to be enabled. Okay, over here on the far left side is the EasyScape toolbars. These are your commonly used tools, such as your draw grass, mulch, edging, retaining walls, and the EasyScape paver tool. Over on the right side of the program is what we call the Workspace, which we have several sub-tabs within the Workspace. The first one is the Properties tab. So if I have an item selected on my project like this, it tells me what the common name is, and the botanical name, and the category and subcategory, and then the size of that item. Okay, I have an Objects tab here. The flower is the Objects tab. And this will show me all of the objects that I have on my project and the layering that they fall under. So as I put things on here, you'll see that it starts to put more objects here, and when I move to front, you'll see that those objects will move up and down that list. Okay, the next tab here is the Lighting tab. Lighting has very specific properties, such as brightness. You can change the bulb color and the glow and the intensity. So lighting has very unique properties, so we have a tab here by itself. Okay, the next one is our Layering tab. So if you want to turn on and off layers, you can do that here. Okay, and then on our Image tab, whenever we have an image selected like this tree, you can adjust such as things like the contrast and the brightness, the hue, saturation, and so on, just by grabbing those sliders and sliding that over while your plant is selected. And then we have our Clear View tab, which enables us, when we have multiple plants on here, it makes certain layers semi-transparent, so we can go through those layers and pull out things that are in the background when we have a very congested project. Okay, next here we have our Content Explorer at the bottom. This is where we keep all of our images. Now the first tab is the Favorites tab. Now I would strongly encourage you to go through the image library and add your commonly used plant materials to your Favorites tab. That way you don't have to sift through the thousands and thousands of plants that we have in our library just to find the few that you like. You'll find that most designers will have 50 to 75 items that they commonly use on a day-to-day basis. So those items you would put here in your favorites. Okay, if you want to browse through the entire library, you could go into the plant library, and then you would see the categories and subcategories here, but you'll see hundreds of items within this category. We also have a ground cover tab, a paver tab, miscellaneous tab. That's pretty much a catch-all where we put the non-plant items. Okay, we also have a special lighting tab where we can do the mainly the architectural lighting, but we also have holiday lighting displays here. Okay, we have a special tab for outdoor living. Okay, we have a user tab for those items that don't necessarily need to go into the database, that are just normally temporary items. And then we have a search tab, so if you want to type in a name and click OK, it'll filter through the library and find the characters that we're looking for in both the common name and the botanical name. The next tab is the greenhouse tab. The greenhouse is basically the communication tool that we use to communicate between the different programs like Image Editor, Planner, and Proposal. Okay, the Assemblies tab, that's where you can save a group of plants as an assembly, and then when you drag that assembly to your project, all of those plants come with it. Alright, now let's go ahead and get started and just do a quick project here. First I'm going to, I need to clean up this background a little bit. This wall, we probably should have sprayed it off before we had taken the photograph, but we didn't do that. So I'm going to clean this up by using some other brick area here. So I'm going to use this stone here to cover up the stone along here. And we're going to use a cloning tool to do that. So I'll go to the Draw menu, I'll go to Clone Brush, and I'll select Fixed and Square Brush. Okay, here it wants me to pick a source area. I'm simply going to drag a box around this area up here, and then when I release it, my cursor changes to a little pencil there, so I'm just going to cover that up like so, and I'll paint over this portion like so. Now whenever I do cloning, I'll always want to right click on that cloned area and select Flatten Selected Objects, and that actually makes that part of the background, so now I can't go in and move that around and accidentally bump it out of place. Okay, now to get started here, we're going to go ahead and put a retaining wall around the front of this. So I'll go over to my EasyScape toolbar and select the EasyScape wall tool. And I have a couple different tool types here to use. The one I prefer is the freeform curve, and click OK. And then I have several or a couple hundred wall patterns to choose from. I'll go ahead and select the first one and simply start clicking where I want to place that wall, like so, and I'll right click to set that down. Now if I have that wall selected, I want to make that wall a little bit taller there because those stones are kind of squished up a little bit. So I'm going to go over here to the Properties tab in the Workspace, and I'll click on Size, and I'll slide that over just a little bit so that that is a little different size. I could have also come over here and selected the Image tab and maybe changed the hue or the saturation to make that stone a little different color. Okay. Now if I need to tweak the way that is curved, I can just grab those little green points there and change the curvature just like that. Okay. Now let's go ahead and put some mulch behind that wall. I'll go over to the EasyScape toolbar to the EasyScape Mulch tool. Okay, and I'll use the Stretch, Close, Curve, and these will all be described later in the more detailed videos. Okay, I'll select my black mulch, and then I just want to come in here and outline that. You'll notice that when I put that in there, it knows to put that mulch back behind that wall. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and drop a couple plants in there now. I'll go down to my Favorites tab in the Content Explorer, and I'll grab an arborvitae and I'll just drag it up there. And I'm going to use those green points to kind of scale that to size. And I'll put another one over here. Okay, and let's go ahead and drop an azalea or two in front of there. Okay, scale those down. Just like that. And go ahead and put some coral bells in there, like that, and maybe a couple flowers. So I'll go ahead and select my Happy Returns Daylily. Scale it down to size, and then just click a couple more in there like so. Alright, now I can put some grass underneath there. So up on the EasyScape toolbar, the first one is the EasyScape grass tool. It really doesn't matter what order I do this in. I can do the grass first if I want, or I can do the grass last. It doesn't really matter. Again, I'll select stretch polygon, and then I'll just select a pattern there. And when I do this, I'm just going to click on the perimeter where I'm placing that grass. And you'll notice there that it puts that grass below the retaining wall. Okay, and that's it. That's how you to do a quick project with the image editor program. Now, I would encourage you to go through the other video tutorials to show you the fine detail and the different techniques that we can do. There's many different cloning techniques and walls and patios and all kinds of things in the other tutorials, so I would encourage you to watch those. And the best way to watch those is to start a video, and you'll go through a small segment, and then you'll pause it, and you'll do it on your system as it was doing on the video. And then if you get it right, you just continue on with the video. If you didn't quite get it down, you go back to the video, rewind it, and back up a little bit and try it again. Thank you, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact technical support for additional details.